Hey, this is Curtis Waters. I'm a musician and a bunch of other things. This is Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/MangoBay. Mango
Bay.
We in here, Mango Bay. You know what the fuck it is.
Welcome to Mango Bay, a one-stop shop for South Asian recklessness. We are two best boys who bring the jungly vibes, the South Asian news, the South Asian energy. Today we got a guest, bro.
We got to guess, but before we do
Before
that,
we do that-
little housekeeping.
Yeah.
First of all, we got the Mango Bay live show coming up June 10th. I believe that is a Saturday. Whatever it is that weekend, it's a Saturday of that weekend. Clear your calendar for that. You know from the last one it's going to be a fucking banger. This is going to be a big banger.
It's the summer vibe.
Yeah, it's going to be
bring the
huge, dude.
lehengas.
Summer's really starting with this one.
You know,
same time as before, same place as before.
It's great.
It's going to be incredible. Patreon, you know what it is. Get on there. It's been growing. Discord server, bonus content, early releases, archived episodes. Getting a lot of DMs from people like, hey, I can't find episode 31. I'm like, yeah, bitch.
Good.
You got to pay for that now.
Good.
Okay, good. That's the stuff that's going to get us canceled. Really.
I mean, honestly, it's the good stuff.
Yeah.
It's and it was like when we had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, that was the dungeon vibes. When like
Definitely.
nobody was, we had a very small band of followers then, but now
Small band of homeless crazies. Yeah. But now, dude, come on down. It's the Patreon's popping. It's growing every day, and we love it. And today,
I'm gonna guess very special guest,
very special guest. What's up, bro?
Curtis Waters
Curtis Waters of Stunnin fame.
of Stunnin fame.
Everyone's heard this song. Everyone in the world has heard this song.
Everyone has heard this song.
Narendra Modi has heard this song.
Narendra Modi be
It
bopping.
actually
He came out to it.
It inspired him to run. Actually, this song was for a summer the biggest thing on planet Earth.
It was huge, dude.
It was huge. My mom was able to do
it.
it. I was scrolling through TikTok one day. This song could play. She's like, I hear this song all the time.
Yeah.
She's just been out in the world hearing this song. It was huge.
It was. That must have been a surreal experience for you, Curtis, because that was pandemic.
Yeah.
So it's a different experience from a musician who has a fucking huge single and then goes to the club and sees everybody fucking just going real crazy over it, right? But you had a different experience of seeing it all over the place online. Like you could not do two scrolls on TikTok or on IG without hearing your song, I remember. I have your song. It's in my liked tracks from that summer.
Bro, videos that wouldn't even make sense had that song.
I
like
know.
Grandpa Miss You, it's just coughing.
I
And
know.
then Stunnin comes on.
I know. ISIS was doing decapitation videos to Stunnin.
No, Stunnin.
Yeah.
Right?
It was like the Pope. I have a line in the song.
The Pope.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Some motherfucker, like the religious dudes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a line in the song that's like, I got young dick called the pastor. And that's like, an anti-Catholic church line for sure. And we had like...
pro-Catholic church.
We're pro-Catholic.
Whatever. However you view pedophilia, I guess. But yeah, we had like the Pope and like I don't know the hierarchy, but some guy.
The Pope is the lead guy.
lead.
He's like one under Jesus.
One of the interns of the Catholicism or something. He was like dancing to it. I was like, this is crazy. Y'all do not listen to anything I'm saying.
Yeah, because the kids are listening. When a priest dances to
I was like, it's a
TikTok music,
priest.
you're like,
It's a priest,
are you just gearing up right now?
He
or
called a
what?
priest an intern. How
Yeah.
about that?
God
Curtis,
intern.
Curtis is coming in here like Tarzan. He's like, I don't know about this world.
It's
Really.
a Catholic intern, intern of God. Yeah.
I asked earlier, I was like, where are you from? He's like, I'm not from anywhere. I'm just kind of consciousness.
I like that.
Floating around.
I like that.
I like that too.
It's a
I
very,
just don't have ties. I'm just,
exactly.
That's true. You can't be held down. You're a Nepali, though. That is where your roots are from Nepal.
Filling out a form must be crazy.
I know, exactly.
Just like race. What is race?
I mean, it just depends. If I'm with some brown people, I'll say I'm Nepali.
Yeah.
If I'm with some like rednecks, I'm be like, I'm a North Carolina boy.
You do have a little bit of a draw, like a
No,
southern
because
draw.
I grew up in North Carolina. But like, if I'm with some like Canadians, if I'm with Drake, I'm gonna say, I'm a Canadian. So.
That's kind of like you, Usama.
What?
You're Canadian.
You're Canadian,
I was born in Vancouver, bro.
dude. I live in Vancouver.
I love it. I was born there 5 years. I was in Victoria.
Dude, that's crazy. I took a field trip there.
I love Victoria. Yeah. My hometown was
So
your.
you guys are
was
basically
your
brothers.
Museum.
What?
I lived there 5 years, and then came in Jersey, and then lived in Dallas most of my life.
Wow, I lived in Surrey, where all the brown people go at 1st.
I know. Surrey.
And then the
should
brown
name it Curry,
shooters,
am I right?
the brown shooters out there. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I lived in Calgary, Alberta for 7 years.
Oh, dude, nice. The Dallas of
Yeah, the southern.
bro.
It's so crazy to hear you say that with your Alex Jones voice.
If he says one more thing about my voice,
No, that was him. He
I
said,
swear to God,
Usama say they're turning the frogs gay.
they're turning the frogs gay.
That's
See,
not
he's-
Alex Jones.
no,
that was
he's
too
still
soft.
good at it, though. He's
It's
still
'cause
good
he's
at
never
it.
actually heard Alex Jones.
really?
I used to listen to Alex Jones every single day because my friend Krishna Nair was an Alex Jones fanatic.
Okay,
Wow.
Krishna, we got to get him on.
He-
Sounds like
A
A
real
brown
one.
guy?
He's a brown guy. Malu, one of my oldest friends. He looks insane. Huge guy. Alex Jones fanatic. He used to read only The Hill. That was his only news source for his whole life.
Crazy.
And he would show me Alex Jones
A
every day.
new brown guy just dropped. I didn't even know that
That's
was
an
like a
old
thing.
brown guy, actually.
Is that a
Alex
thing?
Jones now. He's
Alex
been-
Jones been around, bro.
No, but I'm saying like a brown dude that loves Alex Jones. That's like a new character. I
Oh,
feel like.
dude. Yeah, no, dude. Now it's there a little bit. You got those financy kind of
Really?
brown guys who are right wing.
I mean, look, conspiratorially, Alex Jones really is taking his cues from brown guys in many ways. If you think about it, if you listen to some old uncle conversations,
That's true. I feel
You know what I mean?
So, it's cool.
So they're the real original Alex Joneses. You know, China. We're gonna talk about China.
He said Sandy Hook was fake or something.
Yeah, he got
Alex
sued
Jones.
for that. He got in a lot of trouble for
He got
that.
into a lot of trouble for that.
kinda-
yeah. That's the whole thing that took him down. Was he was
Yes,
the crisis actor thing.
Sandy Hook was fake.
Yeah.
That's kind of fire. You could just sue someone.
Dude, I did a Sandy Hook joke for Sandy Hook survivors. I didn't even realize it was Sandy Hook.
You did that?
I did a show. I didn't realize it was in Connecticut. I was like, I didn't know it was whatever. We're hanging out doing a show in Connecticut. Woo! I had a joke about Sandy Hook. I didn't know it was. I just did it. The whole show stopped. I'm like, what the?
Whoa.
The thing is, it wasn't even about Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
I know
Wait,
the joke.
what
It's
was
actually a
the
classic joke.
I want to know the joke now.
What was the joke?
I'm not a
Is that your
Sandy
name?
survivor.
I forgot the joke. It was like, my name's Usama Siddiquee.
Yeah.
And I learned recently that the Pulse shooter's name was Hussein Siddiquee. So now my first name's terrorist, Usama, and my second name's also terrorist, Usama. Can it get any worse? My mom called me today. She's like, Usama, your full name's actually Usama Sandy Hook Siddiquee.
Whoa.
It always kills.
I think that's
thank you.
yeah.
Except one area.
Yeah.
So I did the joke. Then everyone was like, then I look up. I see Sandy Hook Convention Center.
Whoa. Are you for real?
This is for real. And I'm like,
Wait, is that the joke that got you canceled off AGT?
no. That was the slut joke.
Oh,
Off-
yeah,
off
that's not a joke.
the-
Yeah. But she cringed at like a terror
She,
related
the
joke.
name stuff. Usama
Yeah.
all the name stuff. She was hating everything.
Yeah.
But it
So
was
wait, how did the audience react to the Sandy Hook stuff?
half of them were fine.
Okay.
And then the dads of the victims were not.
They were there, like for
There
real.
were some there. Dude.
Wow.
And they gave him the front row as like a VIP.
Oh god.
I had no idea this was like a Sandy Hook
They are
benefit.
local celebrities there. Yeah.
So wait, what happened though? Like,
Dude, I started like I could feel the energy shift. Like you were as a comic, you could tell.
yeah.
Maybe when you're doing shows, like
Yeah.
you say something and suddenly it's all different. They don't say there's different.
you gotta save it though. You gotta come back with something.
So basically, it was like I kept doing the jokes, and the young kids were laughing because they didn't know, and then everybody in that middle area was just like done.
Damn.
And so I walked away like getting some laughs, but definitely bombing.
Yeah.
And then the main guy was like, "By the way, by the fucking way," he's like pointing my head, and he's like, "These are all Sandy Hook."
While you were performing?
No, after I got up,
Oh,
he
okay,
pointed to the whole
okay.
front row. He's like, "They're the dads of the
Jesus
victims,"
Christ.
There's some places where comedy should just never go.
and that's one of them.
I had to do a show at MoMA once. I did a show at MoMA, PS1.
Yeah.
Do you know this place? You're
I
not
don't
in
know
New
what
York.
these words
MoMA's a
Gallery.
museum. It's a very famous
Okay.
museum. And I did a show there.
Yeah.
I did a show under a banner that said the AIDS crisis has just begun. The whole time it's just sitting above me, and I had to talk about it.
Yeah.
And so I'm riffing on it, and I forget what I said because it was right in the middle of Corona. You know what I mean? I was like, AIDS is having real middle child energy right now, huh?
That's a pretty good joke.
It's a funny joke,
that's a
right?
good
Just
joke.
riffing. Everybody just. I was,
gone.
I was crushing during the set too, and then
oh
just
boy,
went, "That's
yeah,
just
yeah.
AIDS."
AIDS can be a hit or
You
miss.
know? I was like, calm down, AIDS.
Yeah.
What's that shitty name plaza in New York? It's called People with AIDS Plaza.
Yeah, it's got people
Can,
with
can they
AIDS
have gotten
Plaza.
Pranav on this for some copy? It's called People with AIDS Plaza. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Anyway, so the Stunning when it came, Stunning. How old am I? So when Stunning came out,
Stunning.
Jesus,
What
Stunning.
was that song? Smashing?
So it's such a great bop. When it came out, did
Yeah.
it change your shit immediately? Were you immediately just kind of like on the scene?
Yeah, but my mom didn't let me quit school until
Mm.
the label sent the money in. So I had to keep like doing online classes, and I was like, this is bullshit. I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna be friends with Joe Jonas or something. I don't care. This is stupid. And they like ended up having to do like my school homework because I just did not care anymore, and I was like doing all this interviews and shit.
Yeah.
But then the money hit, and I was able to drop out and quit my work and shit.
Dude,
Okay, good.
like one song.
Yeah, one song. I mean, you know, it's like I was making music before that too, and it was working out. Like it was slowly building. Like I had labels hitting me up before that too.
Yeah.
And like motherfuckers were just like ghosting me, and they're like, "Oh, you're not the right fit."
Of
And then Stunning happened, and everyone's like, "Oh, we were so wrong." You
Dude,
know.
every time the switch up in this industry, I mean, comedy or music, it's crazy.
anything.
You gotta keep a spreadsheet at some point because, like, who
Yeah.
was a piece of shit?
But
Just have a list.
You know what's crazy too is Stunning. I already had Stunning, so the labels had heard Stunning. Like people had heard it, and
Oh,
people
right,
there was
right.
people that were gonna invest in Stunning and pulled out last minute, and that made me so mad that I was like, I'm gonna make this shit go viral. And I was posting it like nonstop. I was like, fuck y'all, and then
It worked.
yeah, and it
worked.
worked, and then they came back, and I had to just do not
Dude,
respond.
so that was your mechanism. You just posted videos with it in, like.
Well, you know, like TikTok is fucking so saturated now
Yeah.
that you can't really. It doesn't work like that. You just got to be early to shit. You know, like
Yeah.
when in 2020. TikTok was so new, you know, and it was like really corny to be on TikTok. Like if you were on TikTok as an artist, like everyone just thought you were the worst cornball. I remember like even like record label executives at the time were like telling me like, "Oh, you can't be on TikTok. Like, do you see Travis Scott on TikTok? Do you see blah blah blah?" Like people would just say that shit, and I was like, dude, I don't even give a fuck. I don't care if you think I'm corny. Like I'm broke. I need to make money.
For sure.
Dude,
But
I
now
love
you
it.
have to do it. Everyone has to do it.
Right.
You know?
But now it's saturated though. Now it's,
It's
like
so
it doesn't
yeah.
matter.
It's just I don't know. Yeah, it's.
So what? I mean, what's the move now? If you're not doing TikTok, how do you get that music out there? How do you make this Stunnin' too?
Well, now he's got some industry gas.
I mean, I don't know. I try not to. I mean, I have enough money that I can survive. I don't have to worry about going viral all the time. Like at that time, I was just a kid, man. I was like paying for college and I was working at a smoothie job. Like obviously, you have to fucking go viral because you're fucking broke.
Smoothie job. What smoothie?
Tropical smoothie.
Tropical smoothie in the West Coast.
East Coast. I was in North Carolina.
Okay, got you.
But I mean, now it's like. I don't know. I just make music. I make art. Like I try my best. I go on tour. I like make shit I fucking care about. Like you know, I'm not like always trying to be like the fucking clown. No, it's great. But when something like that happens, you really get typified into this like gimmick almost.
Happened with Rich Chiga. Remember him?
Yeah, only by name.
Dat Stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he like came in Indonesian
Yeah,
gangster
yeah,
boy,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Dat said the N word a couple of times, you know.
Oh, wow.
And then he wanted an actual career, and then they're like, "Did he say the N word?"
Yeah.
and then they changed up the song. And
changed the song?
They took out the N word in the subsequent releases, and you can't hear the N word version
Pretty
anymore.
crazy.
And there's like a reaction video of Ghostface Killer hearing him say the N word and being like, "Tight."
Oh really?
He gets a pass.
He co-signed it. That's
Wu-Tang
crazy.
I mean, that's the ultimate hood pass. Is from Ghostface.
Ghostface Killer,
Okay.
who's probably killed someone off saying that before.
Yeah, definitely.
And if he says a Chinese guy could say it, he can say it.
He's Indonesian, man.
They have a tough life.
Yeah.
So then he became Rich Brian. So he was trying to get out of his gimmick rap as well. So it's interesting.
Well, your name is Curtis Waters, but you're Nepali,
Yeah.
right? What's your government name?
Kathmandu.
You gonna beep it out? No, my name is Abi. My mom calls me Abi. My friends call me Abi.
Abi.
I tell white people to call me
Okay,
Curtis.
that's still a
though.
nickname. What's the name?
No, it's Abhinav.
There
Yeah,
it is.
That's a classic.
Dude, we're not white. You can tell
No,
us.
no. You got an accent though. You got a little Republican drawl. I'm getting nervous.
true. He's got-
I got my arms crossed. I'm trying to see
Come
what
on
the.
down.
Osama has Alex Jones vocal
I got
fry.
very Alex Jones. So you see my arm
I
crossed
do.
up.
I do.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
open it up eventually.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, it's Abhinav. No one calls me that though. Just my mom.
How did you come up with Curtis Waters?
I was a big fan of Ian Curtis from Joy Division, and I also liked Curtis Mayfield. I just thought it was cool. Also, thought it was
Stage
cool.
name, bro.
you
Yeah,
like
and
Curtis.
Waters is from Frank Ocean, but I mean, it wasn't supposed to be my name. I was like drawing comics and shit, and I was really into like Scott Pilgrim, so I had this like character, Curtis Waters, and then eventually I was like, okay, I'll just be this fucking guy.
Yeah.
You do live shows. Anything like
do
that ever
live
happened to you?
shows.
Like where it's like shit just hit the fan. You do North Carolina gigs?
Nah, North Carolina was hype,
Okay,
dude. They
okay.
had fun. Nah, people are pretty good, and I think the thing is doubling down. Like I'll always say some crazy shit. I'll like make the crowd like be like, "I love you, Curtis Waters," and I'll make them be like, "You made me not kill myself." Blah, blah, blah. I just make them say that shit, and you throw people off. But the thing is, you gotta be so fucking stubborn in your fucking stupidity that you just have to accept it. You know, because I'll be making them say all kinds of stupid shit, and the people be like frowning at me. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like I get paid regardless. Like
This is amazing.
and people are having fun. You know, like if you're gonna be the fucking loser, just be a loser. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I make make people leave. Like, not leave, but I'll be like, yo, if you're not having fun, you're not jumping around, like, go to the back. I don't care.
I like this.
So you expel people from the
No,
front row?
for sure. Like, you know what I do? Like, if motherfuckers sit in the front, and, you know, like, I fuck with dads and everything, but there's always, like, a dad that's in the front that's, like, observing, which is cool. Shout out the fathers, you know? Big fan of
You're
fathers.
giving my fans a ride
But,
here.
you know, I, like, turn around and I count 10 to 1, and I make everybody that's, like, trying to turn up and go crazy, like, be at the front. And if you're not trying to go crazy, like, please, like, relocate.
Yeah.
Because I'm, like... we're trying to have fun.
nothing
you know?
worse.
Listen, I'm so jealous. As a comedian, I am so jealous of that because a comedian can't be like, you're ruining the vibe into the back.
No, I mean, I don't think most people can. You just have to like take the role of being an idiot. Like, and you guys are sort of like professionally supposed to be that.
But also, there's a mobility there, right? So like you can tell this got to go back.
It's standing.
With comedy clubs, it's so tight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and
guy
people
just sucks.
and their bills are there and everything. They're financially tied to where they're
and
sitting.
Somehow, this weird like physical thing maybe in the world that the shittiest person finds his way to the front.
No,
I don't know
I
why.
always know. As soon as I start the first song, I'm like, okay. I don't even start it. If I see the vibes are gonna be bad, I'm like, yo, change, because you're gonna get kicked if you're in the front. Like, I'm gonna come and kick you. Move, like. But you know, like in real life, I would say I'm a pretty like shy, like lovely person. But when you're up on stage, you got to be a fucking idiot, dude.
Yeah, bro. I'll get into some real tiffs.
It's it's terrifying. The beast could come out.
Well, here's the thing: is sometimes like like if someone's not laughing, you might come at them, right? Then the light shines on me. It's like a big black lady, and like, okay, I'm gonna lose this. I'm not gonna win this battle because like you gotta know your battles too. Like with comedy, sometimes you can get somebody who like just gets so angry that they just start yelling. And now
I mean, for me, that's always a white woman in the front row, right?
Oh,
if they're just ruining the vibe in the front row, or they had a stank face off of like a fire bit that's maybe not to her taste. And there's two routes you can go with that. You can call out the white lady, be like, "You're ruining the vibe." Everybody will be on your side. Or what'll happen is you'll be like, "You're ruining the vibe." Make a riff on it. People will take it seriously then, and then it becomes like a moment, you know.
And then you can't go too hard because America loves their white women, right? So you can't
Like
go full blast on a bitch.
When you guys do like comedy, it's like pretty participatory. Like
I don't do a ton of crowd work.
You can get there, right? So it's like depends on how much you're willing to give, right?
Oh, I've had some bad moments though. Actually, like it's the white people for real. Very entitled. I'm gonna be honest. Like, you know, I do this thing where I'll pick out a white guy in the crowd and we'll all say, go white boy, and he'll do a dance for us and it'll be really fun. And it's great. It's a community
it's a good vibe.
building thing. It's like stops racism to a degree, you know. But I did a show in fucking Canada. I think Kelowna maybe, and I always do the white guy thing because it's funny. And this white guy was so drunk, he kept coming up on stage and like not leaving and just like just being there.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend's like, "Come on, honey, let's go." And he's just there, and everyone's just like waiting for him to leave. And I'm like pushing him, he's just there, just would not leave. And then eventually, like I pushed him and he left, and I felt bad. And I'm doing songs, and he just keeps coming back, dude. And like then I go mosh, and dude, this guy's a fucking asshole, dude. I go to mosh, and like moshing is fun, whatever. Dude just starts grabbing my dick and like my balls and my ass, like just immediately. Like I get in there.
His poor girlfriend's like, "Babe,
so
come on."
just bizarre, dude. I go in there and I literally leave, and I'm like, "Yo, don't sexually assault. Like I'm not gonna be here if you guys sexually assault." And everyone thinks it's a joke. They laugh, and I'm like, "Nah, for real, like don't touch my dick and
got
balls."
tears in your
Dude,
eyes.
and everybody's just like finding it hysterical because they don't think it happened. And then the guy gets back up on stage, like, and I'm like, "Bro, you grab my dick."
All of a sudden, this is the guy people are there to see.
And
Like,
I'm
it's
like,
the
this is
sexual
insane.
assaulter.
So I wanted to like punch the fuck out of him, but I think my tour manager pushed him out finally.
what you gotta do is
But
bet.
honestly, worst show I've ever done.
Where
Just
was this
horrible.
again? In Canada?
I think it was. It wasn't Lethbridge. It could have been Kelowna. It's in British Columbia.
I know Lethbridge.
Something.
What's in? No. It was the. Also, oh my god, this show was so terrifying, dude. So before I went up, okay, so it's at this like beer place or something. I'm not kidding you. 100% white people only. There was 2 brown people working at the cashier. 100% brown people. The taxi driver that took us there, brown person. Blah blah blah. All white people only. And I was like, okay, you know, I get along with white people. You know, it's all good. Like my girlfriend's white. It's fine. I'm in. You know, whatever. I was so terrified because they were not getting turned to any of the music the DJ was playing. But then they had a Macklemore to like fucking Logic back to back. It was thrift shopping.
Macklemore,
Dude,
Logic back
like
to
thrift
back.
shopping, motherfuckers were like going crazy, bro. Like when thrift shopping came on, everyone was like so fucking turned. I was terrified. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because like so much of my music / like even improv is just like race. Like I'm just like, oh, this white people, whatever. This is like the fucking easy thing to do when you're brown, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You would go back to Nepal? Is that a thing you ever done?
I left Nepal in 2010. I moved to Canada, and I went back in 2014.
So you were born in Nepal?
Yeah.
Oh,
I grew up. Yeah, I grew up there until I was like 10, but I was living in Germany. I was kind of back and forth. India. I live in Kolkata too. That's why when you asked me where
Was your parents in like the foreign service or something?
no, they were getting their degrees and stuff. They were just like students. But no, that's why you asked me like where I'm from. I was like, I don't know what answer is the best one right now.
I didn't say that practically. You said it very like ethereal.
No, it's just so confusing and like because it's small talk. Like you're asking, like, oh, where are you from? I know it's like a small talk question, so no one
But it
actually
becomes big
gives a
talk.
fuck. And then I have to give them like a 30-minute spiel about my life.
Gotcha.
Like I don't know which detail to leave out. But
You
yeah,
speak German?
not anymore. I used to when I was a kid.
Oh yeah. You know Nepali as well.
I speak Nepali.
Oh,
I
dude,
speak good Nepali.
Nepali is similar to Hindi.
It's like Hindi.
I
Yeah,
think.
it's similar.
I love when people can speak their language. I just love it.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel.
It's
feel so
fun, and you
happy.
can gossip in public
Yeah,
with your
dude.
family.
100%, dude. Nepali, is there a Nepali artist that's like you're looking at as well that's like big? Are you the kind of the trailblazer for this kind of thing? I don't know any Nepali artists.
I don't want
right?
to be like a dick, but I feel like
No, dude, hell
You
yeah,
know?
dude.
And I was reading the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Now it's because I feel I have like really bad imposter syndrome. Like all the time, I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I doing?
yeah.
But then sometimes I'll like read my Wikipedia and I'll be like, damn, I'm like the first internationally recognized Nepali artist. I'm like,
Wow. Have you
pretty-
performed in Nepal?
not yet, dude. I want to.
You know who wrote that article? Was the guy who grabbed your balls.
Wow,
That was the Wikipedia.
Big
He's like-
fan.
he's a big fan.
I don't even think he knows what Nepal is, dude. I don't think he knows.
That's kind of the great thing about racism. It's like too much for them to handle. It's like it used to just be black, white,
Yeah, they got
Mexican,
nuance. There's a lot of.
Chinese
lot
on
of
Fridays.
Well, that's why I think they haven't caught up with the new slurs yet, because there's, they don't even have good slurs, because there's so much intricacies to nationality and race now.
They wouldn't know. The ones with the good slurs are our parents now. They know how to call a Pakistani.
All the best
Oh, really?
racists have postgraduate degrees at this point, right? Because they're worldly enough.
Interesting.
That's the thing is like, what we have a joke about, like we want someone to call us our names as racist names.
Yeah.
You know? Got a real Pranav over here.
Oh, that'd be kind of fire.
And then you say, oh, well, that means he's famous.
Yeah.
You know?
That'd be hard.
Usama, but that's already out there.
Yeah, that's you already.
But what if I usurp? That's how famous I get.
Well, you know what's
That-
so funny? I'll hear other brown comedians who refer, like Bassam Shaw, has a joke about Bin Laden, but he pronounces it Usama.
Yeah, because I've
You're
changed
starting
up
to
the game,
usurp
dude.
Osama, and that's huge.
That's big.
That's
bro.
big.
That's
dude.
big. That's big.
That's real big.
Because my biggest dream growing up was like, let me just be the second biggest Osama, right? And now it looks like I might.
Really? There's no other Osamas?
Well, there is a
Not like
billion
that.
Osamas, but like, who's the big Osama? You know,
Is it you?
There's a guy before me.
Oh, you're the big,
the big
boss.
dog.
Big, yeah.
You know,
CEO.
salute.
CEO Osama.
CEO Osama.
Well, you're the next in line?
But I would say so. Unless there's
Kind
someone.
of fire.
Thing
Wait,
is,
no.
you need to.
Wait, Lil Zay Osama. You know him. He's a rapper.
Okay. Rapper could make it real big.
Rapper can make it big.
Yeah, but it doesn't go by Osama, right?
I think it goes by Osama. His name is Lil
Oh,
Zay
okay.
Osama.
Yeah.
There's another comedian named Osama.
Yeah, he's a Syrian guy. And he reminds me of that every single day.
Yeah.
And we can never have a normal conversation.
You gotta
He's like,
just kill him.
I have to just do literally. I can't say hi to him. He's always like, I can never be like, how's your day? Annoying guy, but I like him.
He's a funny guy.
Funny guy, cool guy, very intense.
Yeah.
Intense guy. What's next for you, bro? You're just making music, just kind of.
Yeah, my album's coming out. I've been working on this album for like fucking 7 years.
What's it called? Talk about it a little
It's
bit.
called
What's
Bad Son. It's
Okay.
a very
Nice.
immigrant ass
Bad
album.
Son is
Very,
good.
very immigrant.
Very good. Because I'll have like we'll have to like I don't want to keep bringing up white people. But like white
Go,
people,
go,
like
bro.
the interviews, they'll be asking me about Bad Son. I'm like, oh, what is Bad Son? I'll have to explain it, and they're like, what is the immigrant guilt? I'll have to explain it. I'll have to like, and it goes so far that I have to like explain like colonization and just geography. Like I'll have to like explain like years of racism to be like, oh, so this is why I made this album.
Yeah.
But like I say Bad Son, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah,
of
we
course.
get it. Yeah.
We're bad sons.
Well, we're Bad
Yeah,
Son.
we
This
get it.
podcast could have been called
yeah,
Bad Son.
could've been
yeah.
called the
So
Bad Sons
you get it. Yeah,
podcast, for
that's
sure.
it.
So is it thematically in line with
Yeah,
that?
it's I started when I was like 14. So I had just like immigrated
Is
it.
every track a different Bad Son thing?
What? Oh,
Curfew sucks.
C in math.
1200 on SAT.
dreams and aspirations.
Dreams and aspirations.
Album is dropping when? June 9th?
Let me look at my
Yeah,
phone.
make sure.
Because it's bro. I've started this album when I was like 14. Yeah. So
Damn, bro.
Damn.
June 9th. No. So what's crazy is this is like supposed to be the big album. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've made albums since, and they haven't. And at the last minute, I was like, "This is not Bad Son yet," you know.
Right.
But this iteration of album, Bad Son, I've been working on for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know how it is in comedy, but when you make an album, you want it to be like your life story. You know what I mean? So this is like everything that I've dealt with since immigration, since I was a kid. I want to put it in there. So it's taken forever, and it's been delayed 1 billion times.
Yeah. 14 years old. We're going to keep the conversation going on Patreon. Come on down. We got more conversation.
We got more with Curtis behind the Patreon wall. We love
Patreon.com.
To the rest of you guys, thanks for joining in. Thank you.
Oh, that was
We're still going.
nice little cliffhanger there.
Yeah, bro.
Your mango big.